Mpumalang protesters throw stones at cars and electricity tariff hike expected in April. I'm Lebo Chankela with this news update. Protesters are back on the road throwing stones at vehicles trying to use the R538 road between White River and Hazy View in Mpumalang. Roads have been barricaded with burning tires and stones. In some parts, motorists are forced to give a certain amount of money to be granted access to the road. Looting of shops owned by foreign nationals is also continuing. Scores of workers are stranded and schools have been closed. Fusitwala reports.
As the protests continue, schooling has been disrupted in the area. Workers are forced to walk about 10 kilometers to get transport. Businesses in the area is also shut down. The protesters are refusing to have a meeting with the local councillor. They allege that he knows all the issues and challenges in the area. They want him to bring the Mbombela local municipality authorities to come and address the crowd. The protest is also spreading to other surrounding villages. I'm Vusi Twala for SABC News in Gamasoi.
South African consumers must brace themselves for a massive electricity tariff hike of 25.9% in April. This after President Jacob Zuma said South Africa needs an electricity pricing system that will ensure that Eskom and the industry remain financially viable and sustainable while electricity remains affordable, especially for the poor. Eskom spokesperson Hilary Jaffe says they are looking at all options.
We have one more year of 25% that the regulator granted us, and beyond that we do have to apply for the next price dispensation. So obviously the President said the next few years, and we are looking at all the options. You've got to also balance the impact on the economy of not having the electricity that we need with the impact on the economy of tariff increases, and that is always a balance which we've tried hard to find. And of course it's not an easy balance to strike, but it has to be done because we do need that infrastructure.
Authorities are investigating an accident in which 2 people were injured, one of them seriously after a microlight plane crashed into the Glenbrack River near George in the Southern Cape. ER24 spokesperson Vanessa Jackson says the paramedics were driving along the N2 when they came across the incident. Jackson says the patients were transported to nearby hospitals.
The 2 patients who were on the aircraft at the time were inside the water as well, and they needed to be rescued out. Fortunately, a bystander assisted them with a boat, and they pulled the 2 out of the water and treated them. The woman in her late 20s had suffered quite critical injuries, and she needed immediate advanced life support treatment, and the man fortunately was in a stable condition and conscious.
And a part of the Millennium Market in Phoenix, north of Durban, has been partially destroyed in fire. The market, built by the eThekwini municipality, houses several informal traders and enjoys a bustling trade. Late yesterday, poles of thick black smoke could be seen billowing into the sky as fire and emergency services battled the flames. And this morning, traders were shocked by the scene of devastation. Local councillor Saroj Governor says no one was injured in the fire.
The central part of the market was actually burned down. There were 4 stalls that burned down to ashes. I was very impressed with the Phoenix Fire Department, which was also supported by the Umhlanga Department in putting out the fire. I was very disturbed when I saw some of the stall holders at the scene, because that is their bread and butter. They solely rely on these stalls. At this stage, there is no plan of action until they find out what has caused the actual fire. So we're waiting for the investigation to be completed.